5 interesting facts about the brain. Our minds influence the key activity of the brain, which then influences everything: perception, cognition, thoughts and feelings, personal relationships. They're all a projection of you. Deepak Chopra. From memorizing calculus equations to learning how to cook the perfect bowl of ramen noodles, there is plenty of learning to be done in college. To maximize your educational experience, there is one more item you should learn about: your brain. Though learning preferences differ from person to person, all human brains function in the same general way. Understanding how your brain absorbs and stores new information can help you optimize your academic performance. The human brain is truly a marvel. It communicates at incredible speeds, constantly makes connections, develops into your 40s, processes and stores massive amounts of information, and so much more. Here are 5 things you must know about your mind. Before we continue, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and activate the notification bell to receive your daily dose of knowledge. Number 1, an adult brain weighs about 3 pounds. The cerebrum makes up 85% of the brain's weight, and the brain makes up about 2% of a human's body weight. The texture of the brain is like a firm jelly. The heaviest normal human brain weighed 4.43 pounds. It belonged to the Russian writer Ivan Turgenev. And the smallest brain, just 2.41 pounds, belonged to a woman. Number 2, your working memory has limits. Working memory is the part of your brain that allows information to be stored and mentally manipulated for short periods of time. This is the type of memory you rely on to do mental math, such as when you're out to dinner and must calculate a tip, and when you're trying to memorize the 5 or 6 items you need to purchase at the grocery store. Though the capacity of working memory differs from person to person, scientists believe its general limit is 5 to 6 items. But don't let that limit intimidate or frustrate you. Researchers also believe that memory can be improved by taking proper care of your brain and body. Another way to increase your working memory's limit is by grouping items together before you try to memorize them. Number 3, you experience what you think about most. Whatever you think about most is increasingly brought into your experience. For instance, if you buy a new car, you will start to see that particular car everywhere. Why didn't you notice that car before you bought yours? You didn't notice it because you didn't own one yourself. When you bought your car, you started to think about it more frequently. When you think about something a lot, you start to see all the opportunities that reinforce your specific thought pattern. Why is this important to understand? It's important because if you find yourself always attracting the wrong person or stressful situation, you need to reprogram your thoughts. Whatever you think about on a regular basis is training you to pick up on situations that match that vibration. Positive people attract positive people and situations, while negative people attract negative people and situations. This is not a coincidence. Your thoughts are controlling this pattern. Before wishing for someone else to change, try changing yourself first and watch the magic unfold. Number 4, learning builds on prior knowledge. Dr. James D. Watson, one of the 4 scientists who discovered DNA's double helix structure, once wrote that the brain is the most complex thing we have yet discovered in our universe. While admittedly complex, its individual parts are fairly simple to understand. The human brain consists of special cells called neurons, which are composed of several parts, including brain fibers known as dendrites. As you learn, these brain fibers grow. The fibers connect your brain cells to one another at a contact point called synapses. The larger your brain fibers grow, and the more brain cells they connect, the more information can be stored in your brain. But brain fibers can only grow from existing brain fibers. In other words, to learn new knowledge, a person must build on information that is already stored in the brain. For this reason, having a strong understanding of the foundational content in a given subject is essential if you wish to accomplish higher-level learning. 5. How much of our brains do we use? One long circulating myth is that humans typically use only about 10% of their brain capacity, suggesting that if only we knew how to hack into the other 90%, we might be able to unlock amazing abilities. While it remains unclear exactly where this myth originated and how it spread so speedily, the idea that we should somehow tap into as yet unclaimed brain power is certainly A very attractive one. Still, nothing could be farther from the truth than this piece of urban lore. Just consider what we discussed above. Even in a resting state, the brain is still active and requires energy. Brain scans have shown that we use pretty much all of our brains all of the time, even when we're asleep, though patterns of activity and the intensity of that activity might differ depending on what we're doing and in what state of wakefulness or sleep we're in. Even when you're engaged in a task and some neurons are engaged in that task, the rest of your brain is occupied doing other things, which is why, for example, the solution to a problem can emerge after you haven't been thinking about it for a while or after a night's sleep. And that's because your brain's constantly active, said neurologist Krish Sathian, who works at Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to stay informed about our upcoming videos because more incredible content is on the way.